Yo, what is going on, Voyagers? Your boy Finicki back with another video, and today we are going to be going over the Season 5 settings that I use for all controllers for either PC, PS4, or Xbox. This works for all. My settings are different from PC compared to PS4, but not by a lot, and I will go over that whenever we go over the settings. But this video is for those people that are always asking in my comments, what is my settings and everything under the sun when it comes to settings related questions, as well as this is for you, the new viewer, if you have never seen one of my videos before, what I use and why I use it. Not saying it's the best settings for you, because ultimately the best settings for you may not be the best settings for me, and that is a-okay. But what we're gonna do is gonna go over each little setting for myself, explain why I do what I do, and then we will go from there. And so yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into it. First, we are going to talk about controller presets, since it is the first thing on the settings. And frankly, all it is what you feel comfortable with whatever controller you're using, that will correspond with whatever action needs to be happening in the game. So for me, I have been playing Halo and Call of Duty for a really long time, so I was used to using tactical, which is basically button puncher, and that is where your melee and your crouch are flip-flopped. And frankly, this comes down to whatever you feel is a preference for yourself. You can even go down and customize and change your bindings to whatever you feel fit, and it makes you feel comfortable while you are playing the game. Next, we're going to be going over the stick layout, which is really simple. Essentially, you can just be changing your left stick, your right stick to be the opposite coordination. I don't know how to explain it other than you just have to try it out for yourself. Most people don't use this. About 99.9% do not use this. The interact reload button, I have it on the best one in my opinion, and I think it's tap to use and reload. But the bad thing with controller, as you guys probably know, is like you can't reload whenever you are on a door, or if somebody is like in front of you, you have to res, like you have to look away, which is pretty unfortunate, but we'll eventually hopefully get some different button layouts to be able to change that. Next is crouch button toggle. Most people have it on toggle because there's a lot of slide jumping in this game, so because of that, most people have it on toggle so that they don't have to keep holding down their right stick or their circle button and put a lot of damage on that right thumb, in my opinion. Aim button, most people use hold, which is like Call of Duty and I guess not really Halo actually, but for Call of Duty it is all like holding that left stick to be able to aim in. And then trigger dead zones, I have mine on default. I know you can change them to either have none or some, but for me personally, I do not use any type of trigger dead zones. As well as the menu cursor speed, this is where I placed it, but frankly, it all depends. I feel like mine is plenty fast enough, but it's not to the point where it's overwhelming for me. So you guys have to kind of test that out and see what you feel like is best for you when it comes to menu cursor speed and inside and outside of those boxes, because that is important. You have to be able to loot very fast. Next, we're getting to what I think most of you guys love to know, slash probably my biggest thing, which is look sensitivity and ADS speed. And for me on PC, this is my specific PC one, I am on 4.3. Reason why I used to actually run 6.4 on PS4, and so I was like, okay, yeah, I moved over. Sometimes I play on PC, and so I was like, okay, this will be working well. But the gameplay is so much different that I actually had to lower my sensitivity down to about 4.3. I feel like that's about what I would like. I feel very comfortable on this. This is once again the most important thing for you guys. It is what you need to be testing out for yourself, because not everybody is the same person and not everybody likes certain things, you know. So like you could be a 2-2 player, you could be an 8-8 player, like it literally is all up to you at this point. But what essentially it is, look sensitivity is you not holding the left trigger, like looking around, like how quickly it moves. You can move in a 360 space. And then look ADS is whenever you're holding down the left trigger and moving right to left on the left stick, you know, and so that is your look sensitivity. So mine's a little bit lower because I want to be able to make sure I'm getting steady shots, that I'm wanting to shoot where I actually want to shoot, and all that sort of stuff. On PS4 right now, I am on a 4.4 sensitivity. That's a little bit higher on PS4 because the aim assist is a little bit stronger, so therefore I feel like I can bump it up a little bit more at the current moment. But that is my settings on when it comes to look sensitivity. And as you see below, it says per optic settings, and that is where you can go in and customize depending on what optical thing you have going. So either 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, all the way up to 10 times. Those can be all changed, customized to whatever you feel like you need for whatever gun. Response curve is on classic. I know a lot of people play on linear, and I still haven't really necessarily gotten out of the classic mode. This just reminds me a lot of, once again, as I mentioned previous, Halo and Call of Duty. It feels very clean, but I know a lot of people that also like to use linear, and so if you want to try that, make sure you do it. I don't know the exact reason behind what those things do. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know why or what the response curve necessarily does, but I know that it does change a little bit of how the aiming works for yourself. Next, we're going to be going over dead zone, and I actually have a small dead zone. I used to not use a dead zone, and what dead zone actually does is how much of your inner movement of your stick is actually quote unquote dead. Like, so if you have it on none, it means the smallest movements you make will become inputs, and the large dead zone would be if you bump your thumbsticks a hair, it won't move because it's already in the zone that is dead. So it's kind of confusing a little bit, but essentially I play on a small one, not on a large one or on none. Move dead zone once again is small. Inverted lock is once again off. Vibration, this is a preference thing for me personally. Have never played with vibration on, so therefore I do not use it. And lastly, the advanced look controls I do not use. I know that there are videos on YouTube that you can look up if you actually want to use advanced look controls, but for me, not personally, not my thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment, and tell me down below what your settings are and what things that you would like to see me to try out, all that sort of stuff. And if you have not already subscribed, please go down and hit that subscribe button if you want to see Apex content every single day. But yeah, this has been your boy Finicki signing out, blasting off. Hope to see you again for another video. God bless. Deuces, baby.